Maybe that's why they call the lies of P like a Pinocchio. Maybe the character you play as is like a Pinocchio, a puppet, a human puppet, but the interiors are all like Carlo Collodi. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
Geppetto. Yeah, it is like I think. Yep.
Geppetto.
Geppetto. Yeah, you do play as a puppet who comes to life. Wow, this game is pretty too. That is a pretty boy. Animations are a little bit wonky, I'm not gonna lie. The very old animations. Yeah.
There you are.
Animations require a lot of work. It's clearly not a priority for the developers. They're more interested in other things. It's probably before the combat of the game. I'm guessing the game's really fast-paced.
I see they got Jiminy too.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Okay.
My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krat, and I'll explain what's happening.
I wouldn't say it's a horror game, but I would say
Please escort him to the hotel.
it's a Pinocchio-inspired Souls-like game. You know how like Souls games have like a really dark theme, almost like borderline horror theme, but it's not what you would identify as a horror game. This seems to be in the same case. Victorian.
Let's get you out of there. Find something that might help.
Either.
But the streets are not safe. Arm yourself with one of the weapons over there.
Man, this game is straight up Bloodborne.
It'll be helpful on your way to the hotel.
This is literally how Bloodborne starts. Path of the Cricket, which is balance. Path of the Bastard, which is dexterity. Path of Strength. Interesting. Let's go. Okay, there we go. Maybe. Quick, nimble combat style for striking weak spots. Let's try the speed. Rapiers. This combat system reminds me a little bit more of Ninja Gaiden a little bit here. A little bit. Oh! So the city got slaughtered by all these walking peeps. By all the machines. Holy shenanigans. Like what, did they like the machines like rise against their creators? Oh, it is like straight up Bloodborne with the striking system. Get health for attacking your opponent, or does it recover naturally? It looks like you get health back for attacking them.
Welcome to Krat Station, everyone. Here you will witness the most spectacular display of human behavior on Earth. If Krat is your final destination, we wish you a safe and prosperous day.
Oh yeah, this is straight up Bloodborne. Sawtooth wheel. Extra bag. Oh, I see. Weapons. Okay. Huh. Legion arm. The game's definitely got a Bloodborne feel to its combat system, but it is a little jankier compared to Bloodborne. Like Bloodborne, though it is an old game, and it is a slightly more janky control scheme, this one definitely feels the same way. But geez, this is really inspired by Bloodborne. Kind of really honing in at the right time, honestly. Because there's definitely a craving for Bloodborne by the mass market right now. A lot of people would really like to get their hands on a new Bloodborne game, so I think that this would really scratch that itch for a lot of people. Especially if there's any rumors about a Bloodborne 2 coming out at any given point in time being true. I think it'll definitely garnish a lot of the audience base that's looking for something like this. Yeah, it is literally the Bloodborne mechanic because... Yeah, that's the lamp. It is straight up Bloodborne. Stamina, health back whenever you strike. Yeah. It's literally the same. I mean, I got no problems with that. This is great. You can't go wrong with implementing the combat system of Bloodborne, and this is definitely going to... less on that. It's probably going to do the same thing, or it might have a more straightforward story. Okay, so charging attacks. This is a perfect block of some kind, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. Kind of felt like that was. Thermite. There's a charging attack system. Oh, these weapons are interesting, though. Huh. Left arm of steel. I do like what they're trying to do near rear fatal attack. I do like what they're trying to do with the lighting. However, I do think that the visual style doesn't complement it that well, but the artistry is definitely working out pretty well. It just, because it's so bright in here, and maybe I need to darken the gamma a little bit. Let's try darkening the gamma a little bit here. That light sequence didn't really hit me in a very impactful way because it didn't really seem to really suggest a really intense look. So both images are so that both the dark images and the bright one are visible. Yeah, let's try that. That's a little too dark. Okay. Well, at least it works really well. I think that's a little better. That looks a lot better. Hey. I kind of like the rapier. It's kind of fun to use. Typically in Souls style games, I like my swings to be really wide, but I'm not gonna lie, the poking and the stabbing and the pinpoint striking is kind of fun. Yeah, straight out of Be Born. That's a classic. Have the enemy hanging just around the corner. I do wonder how challenging this game will be, though, because the thing about what makes Bloodborne work so well is that, like, the enemies are just so threatening in the game. These are obviously entry-level enemies, so they're supposed to be a little easier than others, and I just got done playing Bloodborne not that long ago, so I'm pretty warmed up for a Soulsborne game, but still, these enemies are feeling pretty easy. Stable Catalyst. Okay, now it looks like we got a new enemy type. That's probably... Wow, there was a massacre. Oh my. Good contrast, though. Here we go. Okay, so how do I heal myself? Huh, what does that do? Okay. Okay, well, I went down. Buy or die. Interesting. I don't really know how the healing mechanic works yet, so I'm kind of disabled at that. Now lying. Cool way to respawn. I'm guessing it's the currency system is probably something that where you have to oh, your blade gets duller. Okay. That's why they have you like sharpen your blade to increase damage output. Right? Okay. Maximum number of pulse cells. And use it to recover HP. So I walked right past that and didn't realize it. When it reaches the maximum, the cell can be discharged. You attack enemies while the cell is discharged. Cell will gradually charge. Gradually charge. So you get... Okay. That's why I got wiped. Because I walked right past the healing item. Oh shit. Use belt. Up or down, press square to use item belt. Hold down to open up extra bags. Okay. Shit. Huh. Fascinating. There's a very quietness to this game, though. Like, there's not a lot of music and opportunity to kind of fill atmosphere. May not be a bad thing. Oh, I see. When the symbol appears, that's when you want to do it. Oh, nice. Wonder, can you get hit while you do this? Oh, you cannot. You're invincible during that. Huh. Oh, shit. I can sneak up on you pretty easily in this map. Okay. Here's my shit that I left behind. Lost, ergo recovered. Got it. Okay. Literally is. There we go. Interesting. A little different. Ah, this is a shortcut. I should have opened that at the very beginning of the game. I wouldn't have traveled back so much, but hey, you learn. You learn. Where do I go from here? Welcome to Krat. It really is straight up a Soulsborne game. I mean, I knew it when I saw the trailers, but still. I mean, everything, even to the layout structure of the gameplay. Here's the Stargazer. Yeah, it basically is. If I wonder if these are like former developers, maybe. He's a Stargazer. Lies of P. Boy health, cam, stam, yeah, as well as your pulse cells, yep.
This is called a Stargazer. A marvelous device the stalkers used in the past.
I've never heard of that studio before. Oh, it's a South Korean game.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this Stargazer for a moment. Gather ergo, clever one. This Stargazer will make you stronger. But the Stargazer's strength doesn't last forever, so be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krat.
I mean, as long as the game is fun, I don't give a shit if it is a copycat. It's got a really cool look too, though. Oh. So there's a perfect guard system. Not hard to do. I don't like that. So the perfect guard is some kind of probably like the parry mechanic in the other Soul style games. I wonder, does this cause them to respawn when you do this? It looks like it says literally, yeah. It's kind of hard to read that animation though. You basically take no damage if you do the perfect block. Okay. Yeah, you minimize damage. Okay. I get how its structure works. Its gameplay mechanics make sense to me. It's intuitive enough. I won't lie, the performance isn't great. Maybe I should swap it back to frame rate instead. And that might not be because of actually performance issues. That might be the design of the attack structures in the game because of the fact that they're all puppets and it's like janky looking animations. The Krat Grand Expedition has been delayed. This decision was made to protect the citizens until the puppet frenzy that has recently paralyzed the city is under control. The occurrence began at Rosa Isabel Street, resulting in hundreds of casualties, which is the cause still unknown. The number of casualties and the scale of damage are both growing. As the crisis drags on, the workshop in Venigini Company, Kraut's largest puppet factory, announced that they would offer emergency supplies to civilians and do everything they could to alleviate the situation. A task force is investigating the possibility of fatal loss of Grand Covenant, which is the lost protocol of the workshop's puppet. However, there is no quick solution as of now, with the puppet frenzy creating more casualties. As the city braces for resurgence of petrification disease, wow, so they're getting hit with a disease plus the puppet outbreak. The citizens were advised to stay indoor for their safety. However, many citizens are trying to escape through Kraut's Central Station, intensifying the general echoes. Okay. So that's what kind of went down. There was some kind of... I'm guessing they probably made all these machines to better their everyday lives. You know, kind of what do they call it? Automation. To improve everyday life, and it kind of blew up in their faces, unfortunately. Things that they created kind of turned against them. I do like that impact, though. Not a lot of mobility, though. Hence, I suppose that's what the block mechanic is about. I do kind of like that. That's a cool mechanic. Sharpen your blade in order to, like, continuously do a high amount of damage. The animation behind it is actually pretty cool. I wonder if, like, different arms give you different effects on the blade. At least on the weaponry. It looks like if you do fatal blows, they don't, fatal strikes don't use up any of your durability. Oh, nope. Really? I do like the rainy atmosphere. I'm all about games having rainy atmospheres like this. This is just super cool. Fable arts. Triangle. While guarding, use handle fable arts. Weapons with distinct blades handle with each of their own fable arts. Fable arts use up fable slots, and different fable arts can be used for different number of slots. Charged fable slots can be by attacking enemies with weapons. Okay. Oh, that's what the symbols underneath my health bar are about. Okay. I don't know what that is. Mechanic. Guessing you can't block that, or okay. Huh. Interesting. There is something eerie about the designs of these monsters, I won't lie. Of these machines. It's some kind of parry of some kind. I'm guessing if you do the blocking one, you only use one bar. But then if you have a full bar, you can use the other one. I'm kind of guessing. Urgent repair tool. Absorbs damage. A basic framework from the workshop union. Its parts were fine puppet frames made with standard dimensions. Limited weight, however, is sufficiently greater than the standard version. Prototype developed by the workshop union. Appendage part. Okay. Everyday attire that can be worn casually. It's imbued with some kind of consideration. The casual attire has been made from sturdy material. The old man was thorough when it comes to his son's clothes in anticipation of the rarest of disasters. Gesture mechanic. If anyone gets out of the station, run. If anyone finds this note, get out of the station and run. Definitely make sure to stay clear of the waiting room. I saw a huge puppet smashing people to death in there. I locked the door. I don't know if that works. At least it should stop people from randomly coming in. I'm going to die soon, so I want to help you as much, even if it's not much. Please survive, anyone. That's sad. Grinder. So weapon durability decreases each time you attack an enemy. Use the grinder to repair weapon durability. Weapon will be destroyed if it falls to 0. Cannot be repaired with the grinder. Thus it is advised to keep an age on your durability gauge. Okay, that's an interesting mechanic. Instantly repairs weapon durability, so it is an item. If that is the case, I want it immediately accessible whenever I use it. Cogwheel, that is a common sight in Krat. It can be thrown to distract me, so it's the rock. That's the case, then I'll throw that over you. Thermite, which is probably the flame bomb, thermal bomb that can be thrown, fire impact damage. After the frenzy puppet, people began fashioning weapons of their resistance and their desperation. Many throwable weapons were manufactured, and these exhibit the results of their marching in. I'm guessing you use these to gain more power, right? Yeah, get more ergo, which is the currency in the game to level up. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like in order to keep the puppets from getting further into the city, they created these locks that electrify the gates.
A powerful parade puppet is blocking the entrance, and that's the only way in. So please, be careful.
Let's see. Might be a training dummy. Ah, that's how the mechanics work. This is clever. This is a clever way to practice this. This is how you get better at the gameplay design. I like this, actually. And if you get perfect parries, they'll give you an opportunity to land a charge attack, which lands you a critical strike. Got it. Who are you?
Hello there. Welcome to Krat, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets.
Stalker.
You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone.
Okay, so one of the things I'm picking up right now is that I think the character that you're playing as, Pinocchio, is dressed up to look like a real boy, or like a real person, in order to fool the denizens that you're in fact a machine. And in doing so, you fight on their behalf.
Feeling alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
He's the wandering merchant. Temporarily imbues it with electric blitz. Puppet saber. Great sword of fate blade. Wintry rapier blade. Time with enemies correctly to deflect it and powerful trigger. Oh, I see. Okay. So usable items. I like one of those. That has a throwable quality to it. So the question is, what weapons do I have right now? Equipment. Henry's. Yeah, so I've got the same weapon. Yeah. So stabbing the enemy in front of you multiple times, that uses all three of my super abilities. The gauge. But you use one gauge and I can deflect it, triggering a powerful attack. Thing. Introducing the parade puppet. Here's a terrific puppet who enlightened the parade. Introducing Parade Master, a remarkable parade puppet model from the workshop to celebrate the grand expedition. Hello there, I am the Parade Master. I like singing and marching with people. This thing must be the boss. The Parade Master has the following functions. Sings 16 jolly songs, cheerfully laugh, 54 parade phrases, parade dances to delight in children, the strength to carry 6 men on his shoulders. No wonder he crushes people to death with that much power behind him. This parade was made to commemorate the Grand Expedition and sent out its charms on the eve of the upcoming expedition. Okay. You gotta manage your weaponry while you're dealing with enemies because your durability gets watered down during the battles. And that's probably a boss fight. I need a lot more health in this. Is there another area for me to stop and rest at? Like another lantern? Aha! Right back at the beginning. There's our shortcut. Well, the From Software game system is tried and true, and it works no matter who does it. Maybe level up. Oh, level up quite a bit. Figured. Get our vitality up. That's our weight, attack, technique. I'm guessing this is physical attack. Advanced. Go with technique, why not? Okay. Let's dodge around these guys real quick. Now the question is, how far is their aggro range? I wonder if they're gonna catch up to me. Did I go the wrong way? I wonder how far they chase me. Doesn't look like they're too mobile though, compared to like Bloodborne enemies where they're really fast and they can catch up with you if you allow them to, but they have usually a short aggro range in Bloodborne. I'm not gonna lie, the mechanic revolving around like the special abilities per weapon is kind of interesting. I like that. There's our parade master. You don't look too friendly at all. Why don't you sing me a song, parade master? You can definitely tell this game is a little budgeted. The animations do look a little wonky here and there. Okay. Got an area of attack effect. What are you doing? Huh. Combat system is a little interesting. Death Ergo is created at the entrance of the boss fight. That's kind of nice. I actually kind of like that. That's one of my biggest gripes with boss fights is that when you stumble on them, you really want to make sure that you spend all your shit before you get there. But I do kind of appreciate that they don't have to make you do that, so that way if you do stumble on a boss fight, you know, you can just go back, grab your shit, and then, you know, spend it. I know it's, you know, a difficulty curb stealing thing, and they give you resources to navigate around that, like a wayward bone or some shit like that to go back to your last save points. You have to collect it and then go back while dodging the boss strikes, and that's kind of a bit of the stress of the game. But I kind of find it to be a little tedious, and this to be a little bit more user friendly. Dodging in this game is not as nearly as strong as I think it would be. They really want you to block instead. Whoa. Shit. Okay. Learning. Definitely learning. It definitely feels like a Dark Souls boss at the very least, where it's tough enough to actually, like, challenge you. But a lot of this is getting acclimated and trying to, like, practice with a couple of the more advanced techniques as well. I also probably should use that arm more. I should start practicing that a little bit. Some enemies have red and use a strong attack called a Fury attack. You cannot dodge or block them. Wow. But you can perfect guard them. Okay, so I've been looking at that all wrong. When they glow red, I was trying to dodge it. Can't do that. You have to block it or get out of its radius. You have to perfect block it at that. It is helpful that they give you little tips like that as you're playing too, so you can kind of learn as you play. I don't know if that'll be that way in the final product, but I'm assuming it would be. Really? Like Bloodborne, if you get hit while you're trying to recover your health with attacks, you will lose all that health. The rules in this world is a little weird because it's not all attacks give you health back. Like, none of the boss attacks give you opportunities to get your health back, so it's a little weird. Oh, I get it now. You get health back for blocking strikes. Saying it. Added a new attack animation. Wow. Those attacks, no joke. No joke. But I also kind of got myself cornered there, so it was my own damn fault. Alright, well, I'm learning. I'm learning. Get better. To use throwable items. Get better. Someone following me? Oh shit! Really? Okay. What I probably should do is probably experiment using this lightning blitz. I'm thinking that this lightning blitz is probably what I need to be using against this particular boss fight. Cover my stam. Ah, that's actually tough to land. Oh yeah, that definitely made the difference. Give me a break here. Can't dodge that. I gotta remember that. Ah, this is insane. There we go. I got another health. Oh no, I gotta heal my friggin'... That's what this is about. Just gonna throw that at you. Eliminated. That's actually interesting. The combat system in this game is very interesting. Ports. I didn't read that fast enough. Ports. Powerful tiny ego fragment. Equipped with P organ. Special kind of ego with different colors and vibrations. Workshop uses this gem to bring out our puppets' different abilities. Okay, so it's basically like the sign system in Bloodborne. Probably gotta equip it somewhere. Forgot to use that arm the whole time during the fight, too.
One more thing I should mention. The hotel's security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
So I know why they call this game Lies of P. The puppets that went rampant in this world, they were crafted by this big conglomerate of some kind. At the very least, it's a big business. And what ended up happening is that there was supposed to be a grand expedition, or I think that's the right word. But basically, they were going to showcase the puppets to the whole city. and have like a big marching parade and stuff like that. It didn't go well. The puppets went mad, and then they started slaughtering the town denizens, and it had a massive crisis. You are one of these puppets. However, you look like a human being, so the humans don't realize you're a machine, just like the other puppets that slaughtered the people. So you can blend in. Hence the name Lies of P, Lies of Pinocchio. Pinocchio is lying his way to be, I'm a real boy. I wonder if he's actually going to make that noise, or make that statement, I'm a real boy. I don't know if this is a talkable character at all. That'd be really weird if he's got a deep voice with how his character design looks. I can't imagine him with it. Yeah. No, I'm not. Luckily for you, the Moonstone was not from this world. Wait, what? That goes by too quick. A rare material that's been obtained from a part of Krat. It can be used to upgrade the blades of common weapons. The Moonstone was not from this world. However, it was the most optimal enhancement material. In their urgency, technicians pushed forward while using the Moonstone for further weapon upgrades without time to review it any further. So let's see how the denizens of Krat respond to my lies. Oh wow, they actually like make you choose. What? Does this affect the ending? Okay, so I can lie. I was like a little worried there. Your springs are reacting. Oh, you know what? I bet there's 2 different endings in the game, maybe even 4. Based on decisions that you make, whether you lie or not lie, probably decide whether or not you become a real boy by the end of the story. Is that the end of the demo? Which would be expected. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the end of the demo. This is typically how long demos are. Like, demos are very rarely as large as Final Fantasy 16. They really are showcasing Final Fantasy 16, so I'm not surprised that that's the end of this demo. If it is. I'm pretty sure it is. We'll find it. We'll find out here once it brings me back to the main menu or not. Could be just a loading screen to get you into the hub system, though. Maybe demos have greatly expanded nowadays and decided to be a lot bigger in order to sell better. It's a bigger demo. Nice. So she's the lady with the blue butterflies. Is she the fairy? She might be the fairy from the story that gives life to Pinocchio. She must be the fairy that gives life.
Sophia. I've been waiting for you. Searched all over the city of Krat to find you. You must have questions. Geppetto will have answers, but we have to find him first. He was last seen on Elysian Boulevard. All of Krat is dangerous for humans, and that neighborhood is one of the scariest. Please find Geppetto on Elysian Boulevard. I'll explain more once you find him. Wait, take this pocket watch. Krat is a labyrinth of peril right now. This watch will guide you to a safe place. Be careful, clever one.
Clever one. You magical powers. Wait, what? It finds back time? Teleport. Oh, it teleports to the hotel or the last stargazer used. The power inside the watch returns the user to the last stargazer or hotel. A pocket watch imbued with mystical powers turns back time when the boy was in peak condition.
Look at Gemini. I think he's in shock.
Gemini is fine.
That's our narrator.
That's proof you're broken. The real Gemini isn't so calm. I'm no inventor, but perhaps I can fix him. Or perhaps he'll fix himself in time.
So Gemini's been resorted to just a lantern, talking lantern. So he's my narrator as my voice effectively in the game.
I'll use my power to help you.
Jiminy Cricket.
Ergo is
I know.
the miracle that made Krat prosper. Without Ergo, there would be no automated puppets to make Krat wealthy. When you move, you tap into the power of Ergo within you. Gather more Ergo. It will make you stronger.
Interesting.
In the folklore of Krat, a cricket often acts as a guide. That is why these automated models became popular. But Gemini is unique. He's more than just a guide.
He's my conscience.
As you get more familiar with Gemini, you'll see what I mean.
You're horrible.
Hi.
I'll use my power to help you.
Interesting. I will say this much: the artistic look of this hotel, as well as the design architecture, is really inspiring. Yeah, you can definitely tell this game was made in South Korea.
Yeah.
I heard about you from Geppetto, but to see you in person, wow.
So, no, it's not even that.
You should take this. Geppetto left it with me.
So, a very popular... No, it's the, there's an art style that Koreans have when it comes to, like, CGI that is very, like, it looks anime inspired, but they do a little tweaking with the art design to make it look a little bit like pseudo Japan, and it's a little interesting how they do it. It's slightly modified. It's especially so with the beauty element. It really leans heavily into the more youthful look, more so in like CGI looks. And I think that might have something to do with Korea's beauty standards and their artistic envisionment of beauty.
The sound of it alone. That craftsmanship comes only from the hands of Geppetto. You must be something else. A custom arm from Geppetto himself is quite an accessory. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Eugenie from the Workshop Union.
Eugenie, that's kind of a cool name.
I know my way around weapons of all kinds. I'm sure Master Geppetto would agree. If any of your weapons need work, bring them to me.
This is our blacksmith.
I know my way around a weapon. Want me to look at something?
Yes, my sword. Not that sword, you pervs.
A stargazer is a survival device used by the stalkers. It powers itself by accumulating and absorbing ergo spores in the air. The stalkers installed stargazers all across the city. Once they're recovered, we can put them to use.
But training.
If you want to test your skills or try new techniques, head for the garden. The stalkers captured a puppet to use for training.
That's great. Like that.
Don't look at me like that. Everyone hates puppets. I know whose side you're on.
What do I use? Oh, the hidden moons. Got it. It costs. The material is obviously. You got to spend a little bit of points that you obtain, but you also got to use the hidden moons, probably the other material, to upgrade it. So it's probably a little bit more intricate design. But it just basically boosts its damage, yeah. No other new properties, yeah. Why not? Organize this place to the rules, so don't move anything. Ain't nothing but a thing. Who are you?
Welcome to Hotel Krat.
Oh.
My name is Polendina, butler to Lady Antonia. Please let me know how I may be of service.
So there's some puppets that they allow.
At Hotel Krat, comfort and calm walk hand in hand.
Look at the way he moves his fingers.
Hotel Krat. How may I be of service?
Very robotic motion. He's the inventory. He's the merchant in this place. Legion magazine. Polymorph field to activate Legion's arm specific ability. This implant in Legion's arm to rapidly charge Legion. The polymorph bullets that are used in Legion's arm were developed in collaboration with Venigini Works. These bullets undergo a chemical reaction inside the Legion arm and turn it into a different substance like fire, electricity, or acid. You can change and modify the way that your punch works, which can modify the damage and modify its elements. Okay. Interesting. This game is fascinating.
The Grand Covenant is a set of absolute commands imprinted on puppets when they are made. First law. All puppets must obey their creator's commands. Second law. A puppet may not harm humans.
Humans.
Third law. A puppet protects and serves humans and the city of Krat. Fourth law. A puppet cannot lie. I've told you about the laws engraved upon.
Oh, I lied.
Puppet. Do you require anything else?
Oh, I get it why they call it Lies of P more now. Not just because he lies, but you need to lie in order to save the city. And by doing so, yeah, and as you lie more and more, like Pinocchio's nose begins to grow, it becomes a necessity for him in the story at a certain point to escape the whale, to lie so that way they can escape. So that's the symbolic parallels they're using with that folktale. No, it's just I'd imagine based on the reaction of the first lie and how it changed his internal systems. I'm guessing that's the mechanism that they're relating to, his soul.
Unexpected guests are welcome. We don't insist on reservations. I am Antonia, and this is my hotel.
This story in this is a lot more straightforward compared to like Bloodborne and the other games.
Oh, I knew from the moment we met that you're Geppetto's puppet.
Oh, they know.
He'd have a few loose screws, but Geppetto's skills are undiminished. It's a shame. He took off for Elysian Boulevard.
Elysium.
And he never came back. If it doesn't turn up soon, we'll have to make a new coffin. Oh, I forgot. I was keeping this for him.
This game will do well. It'll definitely do well.
It's a long story, but I think it's better off with you. Please find that old man, and do take care of yourself out there.
Someone's memory, someone's show-off cloak. In a gesture, hooked on your extra bag or belt.
People have no idea so many secrets are buried in Krat. Thanks for keeping me company. What are you curious about?
Very. I think a lot of people are really excited for not just this game, but like the idea of playing a Soulsborne style game.
I see you're here. That means you can lie. Your lies are a rare ability. You're able to choose your own path, unbound by anything. People on the outside are still afraid of puppets. Lie to protect yourself and find your path.
But Geppetto.
I'm an old friend of Geppetto's. His son is like family to me.
I like the soundtrack.
Geppetto, you're always welcome here at the hotel. If you have any questions, ask my butler, Polendina.
There is some rough edges with the design of this game. I mean, it is a beautiful game in certain areas, but this definitely looks rough. This piano looked a little rough from where I was standing. I get it's pretty blurry as you get further away from it. Details kind of get a little washed out. I'm playing on like, you know, quality mode instead of performance mode. So there is some visual issues, which I don't care too much about as long as the game is fun. But there's definitely some visual discrepancies with the game, as well as because I put it on quality mode, there's definitely a performance drop to a certain degree, which I don't think is worth it. So it'd be better just to keep it up, you know, at frame rate instead. Benigini's Krat's Landmark Guide 1. Hotel Krat is one of the city's creepiest and most mysterious buildings. According to lore, Hotel Krat is an isolated castle built by the aristocrat devoted to the form of occultism after receiving a revelation from the Radiant Tree. At one point, it was used as a mental institution. Some patients, they said, they saw hallucinations. However, no record remains as they were all destroyed in a large fire. Yikes. That's not a good legacy to leave behind. Above all, being so far underground just compounds the rumors. Some even say that it's connected to an unknown hell. But now the rumors have established the charm of Hotel Krat, which has been renovated in the latest style. As the recent rumors of the Grand Expedition Ghost hotel spread, more customers are actually looking to stay at the hotel. Next in a comment from the hotel owner, Miss Anastasia, I know that's the woman we just talked to, so I forgot how to say her name. Hotel Ghost, I've heard that a few more times than I can remember, but fortunately our hotel guests are brave like lions. I have no problem at all. Rate 4 out of 5, creepy and mystical, best resort in Krat. This guy made the support of the Venigini company a friend of the city's. Okay. How interesting. This entrance right here reminds me of Resident Evil 1. Reminds me so much of it. This must be the garden, where I could practice mechanics. Puppets. A little confused. Exactly how did I do that? Puppet string. Releases a wire be strung at the enemy to drag them towards you. Stalker devises a tool to increase their mobility during the combat with the puppet. The wire is narrow and distant in between one and the enemy. Cannot guarantee one's safety afterwards. There's a way to drag enemies towards you. But if I cannot change it here. Item. Hold down Legion arm to track the enemy. Dodge. Enable dodge after hit. Attack link. If you pull or trace an enemy, press and hold the Legion arm and it will trigger a link attack. Pretty tough. How precise do I need to be? Look, it doesn't look like it's 1 frame, but it's definitely like maybe 2 or 3 frames. I'd say it's about 2 or 3 frames in order for you to land it, which is, it's not generous, but it's generous enough. Definitely, it's you can make the error consistently enough. Okay. Oh, let's actually try out the special ability. The timing for this one. Well, that one missed, so I guess the timing was right there. I'm confused. What does it do? Huh. Ah. Timing on that is actually a lot stricter. Maybe I need to like hold it down when I do it too. At least it only uses it when you actually succeed in the input. And it works against the red attack, so you can utilize it that way. That is good to know. Lock deep. Quick check on all my stuff real quick here. Everything's working fine and dandy. Still locked, right? Okay, audio is still good. No issues. Quality of the stream still stable. Yep, doing good. Today's looking like a good day. Loading times in this game are a little bit much. You know, it's unavoidable, obviously, but they are a little bit long. So, I mean, they could be shorter, but I understand they gotta load an entire map. They are a little bit long.
Hey, let's be more careful. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I hate these guys.
Oh, that's
Leave me
Geppetto.
alone. My name is Gemini.
Or not Geppetto,
We'll talk
Gemini.
later, when we're safe.
Okay, so there's Gemini actually talking to me. So, what happens if I get in light? This massacre was absurd. Holy smokes. Stargaze. Switch Legion on. I admit that's kind of cool. So, left arm with exquisite detail. They do not have any special powers, but and this one allows you to string people to you. Okay. Let's change up my items real quick. No longer have that. Or do I have that or that? But what I do have is this Legion magazine to probably re-add to my stuff. Or at least like reload my arm. Catalyst. Up its ability. Rapidly charges the Fable. Okay, so this thing is used to like boost up my special move. Throw that there to kind of gain attention from the enemy. Combat system in this game is pretty good. Star Fragment. Cross dimensions to grant human wishes. If you wish desperately enough. I didn't read that fast enough. Human wishes. If you wish desperately enough, they will be able to summon someone to help you in this world. Got it. So online mechanics. Got it. Just like other ones. I see you.
Elysian Boulevard was a regular rich people row. You wanted fancy boutiques and shops. No place better. But that was long ago. Before the puppet frenzy.
Still mechanized, yep. I gotta set it off on the other side. Although I am a little surprised that this game doesn't have more marketing behind it. It did pop up during some presentations, but this game doesn't have nearly enough marketing right now. It is a kind of a budgeted game, I can tell, but the combat system's fun. I mean, it's very Bloodborne-y. Oh, slightly different, but still pretty Bloodborne-y. Lada F-150 frame. Ah! Who hit me? There he is. I gotta admit, this kind of like steam, like this electro automation location is pretty cool. The city is interesting. Ah. Damn. Got whooped. I got whooped. 3 types: slashing, piercing, striking. Every enemy's got a different vulnerability based on those 3 strikes. An interesting mechanic. I kind of like it. The attack animations are very reminiscent of Dark Souls strikes, the big, wide, really over-telegraphed movement. But it is still, despite that, a little janky looking. It can be a little hard to read sometimes. Not far enough. Okay, that's a thing. The blocking is definitely a big portion of this game. The game ain't that great, clearly. Is that like a heart? I think it is a heart, isn't it? These enemies I'm kind of struggling with. Try to figure this out. Purifying moves attributes like status and okay. The combat in this game is definitely interesting. It's gonna take a little bit to get completely acclimated with it. Those particular enemy types are a lot more difficult because they kind of power through your attacks. So you really got to use the perfect block consistently. Oh shit! Oh shit! No 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 no! Oh fuck! I totally forgot about the weapon durability. It's interesting how that works. Row cell. You clever. Sharp pipe. Let's race it. I wonder if you sneak up and do a stealth kill, do you get more of the health? You do get more of the health. You get a crap ton more, actually, when you land fatal strikes. Interesting. Yeah, I'm out of puppet string now, though. And interact with people? I'm seeing lights here. That's a hell of a trap there. That's why. Shit. No, 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 no. Climb up. Shit. Well, that's why I'm getting it wrong, because I gotta change the item from up to down. Got it. Alright, looks like the puppets can't climb up anything like that. Oh, yeah, they're gonna get... Okay. I'm learning. Learning. Combat in the game, once you get a little bit more acclimated with it, is pretty fun. It's a little simple, sure, but you know, as a Bloodborne game, it would be. Okay, so that's why that enemy type is so difficult, is because they don't respawn. They actually are like straight up mini bosses. It's kind of interesting to know about, because then it kind of adds more to why they are so difficult. Open that. Now, this game does struggle with the other issue with the other Bloodborne games tend to struggle with, which is the camera. Camera is pretty good, but every once in a while, like spaces like this, that can block just enough to make it like difficult to see what's going on in combat. It doesn't happen consistently enough to be like a deal breaker, but it happens enough to be an annoyance. You gotta be right up on the booty in order to actually like land that. You gotta be all up in their business. And the deal with that? What's the counter? seems to be one counter, but I only have so many of those, so definitely not nearly as plentiful as other stuff. My Louise, Charlotte, my treasure. I can't hear anything. I think the streets are already dead, nothing but silence. I assume I will be too, just another pure petrified corpse soon. I still remember the sound of your singing and the sight of Charlotte's looking at the picture books. Miss it all. The best thing I did was when I was alive was send you and Charlotte to Cathedral for shelter. I wish this nightmare was all over. If you and the kids come back, I guess now it's impossible. I love you, Luis. I pray that you are safe there. Loving husband, separated from his family, probably dying. Probably dead. His corpse anywhere, but he's probably dead. This place is ransacked and ripped apart. Catalyst. This game definitely takes like certain bits from like Souls games from here and there, like little bits here and there. For the most part, it's mostly Souls based, but like they added a little bit of Bloodborne with mechanics, a little bit of Dark Souls with the mechanics, a little bit of everything. Sneak up behind him. Nope. Can I slide? I swear, I've heard these grunts and animations from, not the animations, but these grunts, like this screaming that are coming from these puppets, straight out of Dark Souls games. And I'm dead. Alive. Somehow. I won't be for long, though. Probably gonna blow. I have no idea where I am now. This was like the worst thing that could possibly happen. That was close. Don't have the health for this shit. Need to make it till I get to like at least back to where I started. Okay, at least I'm alive a little bit longer now because of that. The chances went up maybe a little bit more since I can probably find where I came from. Possibly. Area's blocked off too. Where I came. Well, nowhere else to go but forward. This is bad. I do appreciate the auto like following target system that they added. Makes it a little bit easier. One of the biggest annoyances of the older Soul style games is that once they die, it disengages the lock. So sometimes, you know, granted they compensate that with wide swings with certain weapons. But sometimes it can just not work out to your betterment. This is a little bit nicer in my opinion. Not you of all things!
can sense something strange. Jeepers. Is that a butterfly?
What do I do with the butterfly? Doing? Showing me somewhere. Guide. Great. Dimensional butterflies. Occasionally, a dimensional butterfly will appear in parts of Krat. Madonna's lamp can detect the butterflies and light up the point at which point out its location. When the character is nearby a hidden butterfly, it will appear. After a certain amount of time, the butterfly will disappear into another dimension. Kill it to get useful. You know, I could have used that before it escaped. You know, balancing act. I thought it was like showing me somewhere to go. Think quick. Check out that news article later. I guess I have to like come back here again after the game reloads, and then I can go back and kill that thing again. Good old balancing act. Really don't want to go down any areas that I haven't been to before. This map is a little confusing. Wonderful. There was a trap there. It's that guy of all things, too. This game is fun, though. Nope. Yes! I needed this so badly. Now I can, like, backtrack and get that shit. Teleport to another stair gate. You can try safely transfer from one area to another. Yeah. Rot.
Are you? You are. Finally, someone is talking to me.
I didn't say anything.
I'm Jiminy, your friendly puppet guide. Or friendly guide puppet? I don't know, one of those. I'm also a friend of Sophia's. Last time I woke up, Sophia was there because she woke me up. But I'm sure there are still other memories in there. Sorry. Must be the shock. Bear with me, and I'll do my best to guide you.
Well, before I press on a little bit more. How much I'll get back for landing this? A lot more. This guy here. Really? Okay, he glows red till I get to him. There we go. You can lock onto him. These things are durable. Hidden moon. Got it. Little same functionality as other Soulsborne games. That's cool. That's cool. Come on. That animation is so wobbly. Much better. Much better. I'm getting the hang of it. Very curious to see what other techniques are available. Hopefully it's not all virtually the same thing. Interesting. The blood effect in this game is very reminiscent of Bloodborne. It's just a little bit less involved and less pretty as it is in Bloodborne. Someone's memory. A uniform of a sophisticated and dignified boarding school. Plus has been worn before. The uniform is a boarding school famous in Krat. The additional M is engraved into the elegant brooch. Kind of cool. In any case. Wide liner. Converter. Old generation converter and standard converter. Appendages increase the attributes of one's, enhances resistance to shock, an appendage newly developed by the weapon shops union. New design and versatile enough to be used in a different places. Equipment. Oh. Got it. Okay. It's like like the necklaces. It's a okay, I understand how this functionally works. Guessing it affects your other components as well, damage reduction. But it adds to your weight. How much does that affect movement? Not entirely sure yet. Jimmy, are you on? You are on. Thing. I need a... That's a different kind of thing I'm not used to with these kinds of games, is durability. You gotta manage the durability by just keeping that durability up. And that adds a different kind of dimension of management while combating as well as traversing. Sure, I'll get adjusted to it real soon, but it is different. Let's go through here. Oh, hey there. It's the merchant. Merchant galore.
Why, hello! I didn't know anyone was alive out here. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a burglar. I'm just crashing in an abandoned house for a while.
Might be a grave robber.
I won't cause any trouble.
Or a looter.
We survivors need
Which,
to look out for each other.
who can blame him in this kind of situation?
For your information, I didn't steal this.
Electric coil stickhead. Introduction while guarding. Generates electric blitz temporarily. And that uses 2 of the arts. General reduction while guarding. Then you can use all 3 of them, jump and strike forward with a downward strike at your enemies. the head of a blunt weapon made by the Vigini company to destroy puppets. The coil releases a powerful current that causes lethal damage to puppets. Humans also feared anything that excels beyond them. Puppets were already loyal servants, but humans have created a natural enemy that is sure to attack their weakness. I'm guessing resistant to overheat, electric shock, decay, and contamination. Defensive position is sometimes better than attacking. Increases tolerance. Buy one of these. May as well buy this and try it out. Mission. Okay. How many? I carry 2 weapons at. Check my weight quite a bit. Definitely does. Probably more so than the other equipment that I'm. Maybe not. Where's the weight? My weight at? 0.8. I don't see where my weight's at. Character in. Oh, it's at the top. Got it. Slightly heavy. Maybe let's adjust that a little. It doesn't have that much of it. So it's reduce that, then I'm down to normal. It was only slightly heavy. I'm still slightly heavy no matter what if I use it, so I may as well have just like play around with it. How's the attack swings work? Big wide arcs. Definitely uses a lot of stam. Okay. Definitely feel the heftiness of the change in my weight. Take a short break, like a minute or two. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, that's right, it was you. Great time for you to get involved, buddy. Great time for that asshole to get involved and really fuck me up. Luckily, I got to this spot before I died, but... That suck, you can't get more health back after you hit them when their health is out. That was one of the nice things about Bloodborne. I'd say that overall, this is a pretty worthy spiritual successor in some ways. If you can even call it a spiritual successor. It's a very good structure of gameplay for a inspiration of a game pretty based on a well-known franchise and gameplay design. I don't think that they've failed in any capacity. I can't really criticize too much beyond its probably its frame rate, and its certain animations look a little odd and could have used a little bit more cleaning up. But overall, it's not bad. It looks pretty good. Increase maximum HP, yeah. I wonder if that guy respawns now. Take a look. Respawn enemy? Nope. He's a non-respawn enemy. Can't use that, can I? Yep. Can't use that. I've been here. Only one way to go, which is this way. I'm guessing the reason why I didn't recognize this is because I didn't get this far. Got knocked off the building side. Play around with this other ability here. Like that. These added abilities to each weapon is kind of unique. Very. Oh, I like that. That's a nice addition. Having different kill animations for the fatals, that's fantastic. I love that. That immediately just shot it up for me a lot more now. That added work to make different animations, because that's one of my biggest gripes with the other style Soulsborne games, that there's not enough variations with the fatality strikes or the fatal blows or whatever they call them. You know, you know what I'm talking about. The visceral strikes or whatever games that do it. Universally, I just call them critical strikes. That's the drawback to the weight issue. Got it. It significantly reduces your ability to evade. Not like a little bit, but quite a bit, actually. Or am I just that much heavier now? I must be in the heavy category. Heavy. That was because of that. Let's reduce my weight a little bit here. Slightly heavy. There we go. Alright. I feel like I've gone this way, though. I'm a little confused about the layout. I've definitely come from this way. No doubt about that. Where am I going? Clearly that elevator is where I need to go. Probably a shortcut. Yeah, it's definitely a shortcut now that I'm stopping and thinking about it. Maybe this is the only way to go. I suppose that's a nice thing about these things, is that they only respond to things that they see. They can't listen. Yes, maybe. I don't know. They definitely don't seem to hear noise. Respond to noise. There that goes. The item system in this game is definitely something I gotta get adjusted to. The whole switching between items. This is definitely backtrack. Been through all this area. The layout's a little confusing. Be a little too confusing. I'm definitely lost. It's the only place I don't think I've been to yet. Okay, I think maybe I'm on the right track. I'm definitely on the right track. Oh, that's interesting. You talk through her through the window.
Oh, this must be your first time in the petrification disease quarantine zone. For most people, this is their last stop. You are a good Samaritan for coming all the way here. I'm one. May I ask you a favor? My family took my baby from me and sent me here. They said it was for my own good, but it was heartless just the same. A baby must be with its mother. Please go to Krat City Hall and bring me my baby. Please go to Krat City Hall and bring me my baby.
Okay. Lady, you are dying from a disease. Your family took the baby away from you so you wouldn't give the disease to the baby. What? Why? I refuse. Why does it have to be a choice now? Well, luckily it's a demo, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find her.
Thank you so much, kind one.
Maybe it's not what I think it is.
I can finally see my sweet Elena's face again.
Can't imagine it make me kidnap a baby.
Hurry. Hard scales spreading across my eyes. Before I lose my sight, please.
She said the baby was at City Hall. Should we check it out?
Waiting and hoping is all I can do. Please find my baby at City Hall.
That's kind of interesting. Just puts her hand underneath the curtain like that.
Waiting and hope.
Kind of a nice little touch there. Dig that. See you. You kind of like these animations though. There's a little fidgetiness though with the quality of the movement. Hopefully with the frame rate buffs that I'll implement later, that'll make it better. Shit, man. When you're out of healing items, it is a big deal in this game because it is hard to deal with that particular enemy type. Wow. Let's try that again. Really? Timing on that is not easy. There it is. Going. I'm noticing that he can recover health. Can he recover health from hitting me? Tough. Definitely tough. It itches, peels the skin. There's blue blood, blood. Pretty cocoon, blue angel, joyful appetite, blue death. What a feast. Death. I'm alive. It thing. Interesting and horrifying. Like that. Ah, you guys suck, you know that? Under. Bunch of other Pinocchio. Yeah, there are other machines just like him. At least that enemy isn't there anymore. Much better. Oh, there's our shortcut. Aren't you crafty? This must lead up to that that other shortcut. When I go straight back to the spot, or maybe not. Yeah, definitely gotta go up to that same spot. So I probably just unlocked it when I hit that button. Yeah, right back to where I was at.
For your information, I didn't steal.
On the Legion mech. I see. If I want to go and upgrade my shit, I have to teleport back to Hotel Krat. Okay. Now lying. Cloudy morning. Is there like a day night cycle, or not a day night cycle, but like a weather system in the game? Maybe that like impacts the stats in the game, like lightning and whatnot like that.
I'll use my power.
Before I do that, let's see what I can upgrade first. Weaponry wise.
There's no way around a weapon.
Upgrade weapons. Hot baton, really? What is a 103? Interesting. Single slash. That probably increases your damage for the next hit. Interesting. So I can probably either increase one of these more. It'll be better though. My build, it would make more sense to probably go with this one, maybe. Technique. Advanced. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue strengthening the current weapon that I've got, but I'm gonna strengthen this one as my backup weapon now. For handle. You can bring Eugene cranks to alter handles. Each handle's properties upgrade based on your character's base stats. You can change this property and grade one time with the handle alteration. However, you can reset it with a balanced crank. I don't have any cranks right now. My guess is that basically you can shift. If you like a weapon and you want it to benefit towards your stats, you can shift it to do so.
I'll use my power.
So I've got pretty good on vigor and vitality right now. It just increases weight. I might want just to reduce the weight issue. It is nice that they show you exactly what is being buffed directly. The blue highlights. Bring that up to, yeah, 15. I think it's not bad for now, for my needs. Out Central. Game is fascinating. Beto. Excellent, talented, tenacious, genius craftsman. All puppet technology and craft was born from his hands. Interesting. Need to kind of use the puppet strings a little bit more, I think. It's a little strange. The knowledge gap there. That lack of knowledge there is what got me hit. Locked off. Doesn't look like it. Alchemist Bridge. That's a cool sight. I like that. Come back there in a minute, though. Shortcut. Straight shortcut. Check out this room that this guy opened. Oh, that's the other shortcut. So my guess is this is a boss fight coming up here. Probably the last one for this. All puppets will be destroyed. Yeah, probably the last boss fight of the demo, I'm guessing.
Geppetto! You've got a lot to answer for!
What's going on here?
You know what caused the puppet frenzy, don't you? You're their maker, practically their father. You
Bad
and
donkey.
the alchemists scheming together. Tell me the truth. What's your problem? I'm here for the old man. Get lost. Wait. I know you. Or more like, I know what you are.
Uh-oh.
You're the devil's puppet.
Uh-oh.
You can't sneak past me. Die!
Yep, so boss fight. Very NPC boss style. Somebody just shoot me?
I'll kill you both, then string you up on the bridge.
Here we go. More than just puppets that you fight. Yikes. Sorry, dude. Kinda made it impossible for me not to kill you. We meet Geppetto? Better? What's his design is? Oh. Yeah, I killed a man. Kind of a problem, you know. Better, right? Yep, probably. It's better.
Finally, we meet, son.
Is that Troy Baker?
It's a dream come true. Seeing you like this.
Really? There's more?
Why some people despise me. I invented the puppets after all. I should take
No, I'm joking.
responsibility as their maker.
Not Troy Baker. I'm just
But in
kidding.
order for me to do that, I need to take care of the puppets at City Hall. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful.
Increased. Pneumatic.
I want to hear all about your experiences. But now isn't a good time.
Definitely an interesting voice.
Use the Stalker's key to open the bridge door. Then get rid of the frenzied puppets that have seized City Hall. We'll catch up at Hotel Krat when you're done. I want to hear. Use this. We'll catch up.
Try Baker. Try Baker. Try Baker. Try Baker. This might be try Baker. Try Baker. Try. So what is this? Enigma assembly tool. Assemble, disassemble a weapons blade and handle. Available through Stargazer and Eugene. Dealing with non-human enemies necessary to do away with common sense. Workshop and Stalkers assembled various blades and handles focused on making the greatest weapon. You need to break down other weapons in order to make new weapons. Hopefully they give you like a lot of weaponry then. Need it then. I gotta admit that mechanic of like sharpening your blade is kind of cool. I just kind of wish that they added more to it than just the durability though. You know, like it actually affects the weapon's like damage. It's more sharp. You are sharpening the blade. I cannot believe this is still going on right now. This is long.
So about that weapon assembly tool you were talking about. If you find any more weapons, let's try using them here.
Assemble weapons. Assemble weapons through Eugene at the hotel. Yep. They are decided by handle and blade combo. Got it. Can either change a current assembly, disassemble weapon, whip. So let's say, let's use the blade from this and maybe handle from the. Okay, and weapon assemble. It's interesting how that works. What's different about it? I've got two weapons now, so what makes it so different? Oh, it combines the abilities. Temporarily increases your attack for the next hit. So I can do two different abilities. I don't get the... That's an interesting mechanic, I won't lie. There's a custom-made weapon that you can, like, fit for your needs. That's fascinating how that works. Oh, even the animations of the swing have changed. It's like straight up a different weapon now. It's not even the same weapon anymore. It's a totally new weapon. I misunderstood what it does, so I'm guessing all light attacks are now like the baton, but the heavy attacks are now like the rapier. Kind of interesting how it works. Yeah, it's got swings now. That's totally different. It just doesn't even function anything like the same at all. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Not gonna lie, the rapier's moveset was really handy. It was fast and nimble. Not sure if I like that as much as the standard variation of it, but I'll make it work. Machine puppy. Not gonna lie, the perfect blocking in this game is actually a lot tougher than I expected. It's relatively generous, but not very generous. It's a little tricky, honestly. That's different. Oh, that part of the plague? Damn, that's intense. Whoa, that's intense. Shortcut to somewhere else? I don't recall. Right back to the beginning. Why would it go back? Why would there be a shortcut here? Unless there's a boss fight coming up here. A boss fight coming up here? That's hard to imagine. So soon? Already? After I just got done with one? I mean, I get that these enemies were tough, but seems a little bit much. What happens if I disassemble it? Disassemble it, it'll just go back to what it was. Okay. I kinda want it to. Assemble weaponry. Wait, what? How does this work? Let's try going back to, maybe you can only really assemble weapons. Push this. May have accidentally sent the weapons away. Play switch. Use storage. Here we go. Much better. Okay. So assemble weaponry. There we go. So if I go with the blade and then the handle, it should be what it was before, right? Assemble weapon. Granted, it loses all of its attributes though. So the buffs that I applied are now gone. Huh. Not quite what I expected. Go back to Hotel Krat real quick and see if I can get it back up a little bit. Real shame because it's a resource that isn't that available because you have to find these rare resources to upgrade your equipment. A little weird. Just wasn't into the attack animation of the attack. It did not work for me. Like the current one is fine. It works great.
I know my way around a weapon.
No, you don't got much of a choice. Shame, I basically nerfed my weapon by accident, but it is what it is. See if I can find Geppetto here.
People have no idea. Thanks for...
Here. You have to get a little further into the story in order for him to actually get there. Entrance? I think this is the right spot. Ugh. They even made police puppets. You. Fettuccine's ambitious to make a jolly police mascot puppet for the city hall ended in failure. Passion to make a trustworthy friend for the citizens and on a strong officer who overpowers criminals was in the right place but turned out to be excessive. The new police officer puppet overcharged storage batteries exceeding its capacity, causing chain explosions, malfunctions, and serious body damage. The council recommended disposing of the puppet on the grounds that it appeared intimidating visitors, but Venigini and the taxpayer protested, halting the city's plan in its tracks. The puppet still lies abandoned behind the city hall to this day while the lawsuit is ongoing. The interesting thing is, when the puppet is unattended, it performs a number of mascot roles. It is especially popular with kids, even appears to react and respond to the playing of children. However, it's led to more slum children entering City Hall and causing inconvenience to visitors. The city council is considering that only occasionally exhibiting the puppet as a means to restrict entrance. Okay. Will you be my friend? Everyone is gone. I'm all alone. You.
Survivors here. What do we do? Just give her that baby puppet?
The family and the people that were trying to make it to the city hall, they all died. So we found the baby's puppet. We don't see the baby and the corpses with it, but we found the puppet. So if we go back there, we can give her the puppet, and that might give her some solace. Very dark. Better. Dealing with these guys at multiple is really difficult. That's the trick. This weapon seems to work really good against them. At the very least, lightning can work pretty good. Let's see how she responds.
You found her, kind one. I could sense her from miles away. Oh, my sweet Elena. Please let me hold her. There, my baby. I've missed you so much.
Just a doll?
What do you think? Isn't my baby adorable?
Really? Okay. It's a puppet. She's a cute baby.
That's right, kind one.
Give her, I mean, it's her final moment, so why am I gonna crush her dreams in front of her?
My sweet Elena. We're going to be happy now. Thank you so much, kind one. Please accept my heartfelt gratitude.
Close your eyes, dance the night away. Will make everything feel better. A song that quietly comforts the dark. Feel a voice to accompany you in sadness. So it looks like a lot of the side quest missions in this game are very reminiscent of other Soul style games, but it's a lot more straightforward and a lot more intuitive, as opposed to like Bloodborne games. They tend to be, or Souls games, they tend to be a little bit elaborate. And very cryptic and very difficult sometimes to interpret. Sometimes that's the fun, because then the game is really built for like community-based progression, where the community works together to identify these puzzles, and it engages you with online activities. So sometimes it's actually a good thing. This game seems to go with a much more simpler approach, where it just really just says do this and that, and Geppetto basically, or not Geppetto, Jiminy basically just tells you exactly what's going down. Patience amulet. Stam. What's being heavy? I don't think I really need the stam. Actually, you know what I do? Now I'm thinking about it. I can probably remove this one and then give the stam. That's probably fine. Even put on this one. That one puts me overboard, so I could do that. That works. Use a star fragment at the crack calling next to the boss area to summon a specter. It will help you. It will help your character in the boss battle. Okay, it's an AI companion. Well, summon it when I enter the boss arena. Must be. Alright, so who's the final boss of the demo? They're definitely setting it up to be one. This is a cool stage. I like this. Long nails. Something fierce is brewing. Ah, it's that thing. The police thingy. Definitely looking a little eerie. Scrapped Watchman. There's the AI companion, the Spectre. Don't mind me poking you in the booty. God, that is hard to block on time. It's so over-exaggerated, it's really hard to read. There's definitely some collision issues with this game. I'm literally getting stuck and I'm past his body. Luckily, I'm making it work, but there is definitely collision issues. Wow, okay, that was intense. Fuck! That whooped my ass there. Holy shit. I don't even understand what the hell happened. I can slip past these guys. Might have to, if I can't beat this on my own, on the second try, what I might have to do is take the points that I got and then just straight raw upgrade my character more. God, that is really hard to read. That's so over-exaggerated. We need to get him out in the open. The Spectre's not really helping much because he's keeping him... There we go. We need to get him out more in the open. There we go. I got the timing down finally. Damn, he's going to town on that Spectre. Holy shit. There we go. Alright, I need to heal too now. Spectre definitely makes it a lot easier. Significantly easier. When you have the Spectre, it makes it significantly easier just because you can just hit them while they're distracted. The bosses in like other, whether it be Soulsborne or Dark Souls games, they don't usually fall for that trap nearly as much as they do in this one. They usually are pretty good about switching up their targets. That way people, you know, get the hell whooped out of them. You don't want to be the target for too long unless you're like playing with PvP AI or PvP players, or not PvP, other human players who know how to like fight the boss. It's a different story. The AI bosses, they're usually not the greatest at most of these games because they usually are just either bullet sponges that can't last forever. Depends on the boss, of course, and depends on the AI, but that's usually the case in most other games. In this one, it was pretty damn durable. That could be because of the boss, though, itself. But when he grabbed the hell out of that Spectre, and that probably would have killed it in a typical Souls game. Dear citizens of Krat, the factory occupied by the puppets, whatever the cause, Vinigini Company is responsible for it. I, Lorenzini Vinigini, am alone going to stop those devils. The facility is too dangerous now. Stay out of it and keep safe. I'll leave the rest for Mr. Geppetto, whom I trust more than anyone else. God save us all. Regards, Vinigini. Maybe this would be the end. It's still going. It's still going.
Whew, I think we're done here, pal. Back to the hotel.
Okay. Maybe this is the end. They just want me to go back to the hotel and see one more cutscene and then they wrap it up. Yeah, I think that's the end. See, currently where I'm kind of getting the game structure right now. Yeah, but I'll probably wait for this game to go a little bit later, especially with Final Fantasy 16 just around the corner. Hopefully this game doesn't come out around the same time because it's just gonna get devoured by Final Fantasy 16 and the other titles. It needs to kind of find an opening where there's not a lot of high-profile games are out there. I think this game deserves it. It's a good, structurally good game.
You saved Geppetto. Wonderful. He is on the second floor. He can hardly wait to see you.
Geppetto, where are you, Geppetto? Door that's open. Now, aren't you just living like a king up here? Holy shit, you get all this space?
You've returned. Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me, even when I ask you to do something dangerous. Speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond Elysian Boulevard. It's packed with countless puppets. My friend, the inventor Vinini, went to stop them, but he never came back.
You probably did.
Please go save him and shut down the factory.
Yep, end of it.
P organs are the source of your powers. Collect quartz to get the strength you need.
Heart. Kind of a cool design for a heart, I'm not gonna lie. Clockwork to it.
Remember,
What? It's still going.
Hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only refuge in a city full of perils. It'll be extremely dangerous if anyone has ill intentions. Be careful who you tell about this place, especially if they're stalkers or alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people, and always be a good boy to me.
Please be. That is the end. Okay. Thank you for playing. Okay, I was like saying this game, if it's still going on, I'm like, wow. I mean, I suppose I can keep going, but I think it just stops and it blockades the game from there on out. Take a look at Geppetto's tools. Activate P organ. Use the P organ slot to activate your character's latent abilities. Equip quartz and P organ to obtain its corresponding effects. You equip quartz in each slot in a single group, you can gain group synergy effect. So you want to match similar traits. Each time synergy effects of two groups are activated, the next step is unlocked. You're gonna get a greater variety of effects as you take your P organ to a higher phase. This is an intricate system. You're basically adding these to your heart, and that adds buffs and stuff like that. What? I'm a little confused. Similar face lock. I don't understand what I'm looking at here. Increase the enemy's grog rate. What? Charge Legion to eliminate one enemy. Lowers charge attack consumption. Perfect guard. I don't think they did a very good job of explaining what this is doing. I'm more confused now. Enables another dodge in the middle of a dodge. Link dot. Guard. Items. Possession. I don't know. It looks like I can't do another item type. Think dodge. Enhanced guard recovery. Enhances discharge of pulse cell upon fatal attack. Lower damage while dodging. Okay. I think I get it a little bit. I'm guessing right now they just blockade you from progressing any farther into the game. You can go back and fight previous like AI enemies, just not the bosses. But acts like it's a still ongoing segment of the game, but it just prevents you from further going and just lets you get comfortable with the gameplay mechanics. Huh. Let's just see. Curious. We're just back to this part of the game, yeah. Foggy day. Doesn't really seem like a foggy day to me. Everything's gone too. Any enemies? Probably over there. No, they're there. Okay. Use the Stargazer and travel to a different part of the map, back to where I was at, and see what happens. Go back to the courtyard and see if it just stops your progress. I think this might be the end of it, but I'm not 100% certain. Maybe the demo was a little bit rushed and they didn't have enough time to really like give it a conclusive end, just kick you out to the main menu. They just have you linger. Which is kind of nice to a certain degree. Maybe you can carry your progression over, or maybe there's a, you know, maybe you can just get comfortable fighting the enemies in the game. Experiment with the gameplay possibilities, but I do think though that there is a I'll try talking to Geppetto again and see what happens. See? Let's see what she has to say real quick.
That sounds very dangerous. Geppetto usually isn't so reckless. The pain of his grief may be clouding his judgment. Dear, I shouldn't have said that. You and Geppetto are always welcome at this hotel. Geppetto's room is on the second floor. You can stop by whenever you like.
Her face is turning gray. Is it possible that she's got the infection too?
I have no idea. So many thanks for. I see your.
So I think she has the disease. Her face has got like these gray scales. Probably just not very far along, but you know, huh. Lock tight.
The city of Krat. It's probably not how you remember it, eh? Ask me any questions, and I'll fill in the gaps. Venini Works is the puppet's main base. It's a factory where they manufacture more of themselves. Venini himself went to stop them, but I'm worried. He's an industrialist, not a fighter. Rescue Venini and shut down his factory. That will deny the puppets their reinforcements.
Puppets making puppets. So I'm pretty sure that's the end of the demo. I think there's not much more to explore. I don't think he didn't give me any items to progress, and there's only really one place to go at that point. The maps are pretty linear. I didn't see any secret paths, so I'm pretty sure we're at the end. And I did get the thank you for playing screen, so I think it's safe to bet that this is the end of our adventure here in the beta or in the demo of Lives of P. Great fortune to all visitors, rest for all visitor, blessing to all. Okay, so let's talk about my my impressions of the game. My impressions overall is that this game is very impressive. It's definitely a Soulsborne game, very inspired. It's not even hiding it in the slightest bit. The mechanics are identical to that of Soulsborne systems, and they added a little bit of spice here and there with the abilities that you can use with the special meter bar and some of the gimmicks that you can use with Pinocchio's arm. Overall, I think the game is very good. It may be a bit of a copycat game for a lot of people, but I think the structure and the bones of the game are really sound, and I think they're plenty fun. I think this will satisfy a lot of people that are looking for a game like this right now, because there is a void right now for a little while. Granted, I think a lot of people are still going to be plenty satisfied with the recent I wouldn't say recent, but not too old Elden Ring game. I'm sure plenty of people are more than satisfied with that, but for a new game that'll fill in the gaps until the next From Software game, because I don't think Armored Core, I don't know too much about the new Armored Core game, but I don't think that the Armored Core series is very similar in any way to Soulsborne games, so I don't think it's gonna be anything like it. So this game could fill in that gap for a lot of people. The gameplay combat system is pretty intuitive, but it's also a bit of a learning curve with the dodging in the game is not quite what you think it is. Even like Bloodborne games or even Dark Souls games have more aggressive dodging mechanics than this game. So really, the mastering of this game is actually the perfect block and the blocking mechanic and reducing the damage that you take. But I will admit, this game is a little bit easier despite its difficulty. It is a tough game, but it is a lot easier compared to other like Bloodborne, Dark Souls style games. It definitely feels easier, and it definitely feels like your character's very powerful. That said, monster designs I think are a little lacking in this so far from this demo, but it is really early on. One of the biggest things that make From Software games, in my opinion, so fun is the creative and cool monster designs. I do think that this is where the game is a little weaker in that regard. The world and the character designs are really beautiful, but the monster designs or the puppet designs in this case, they did as much as they could with the limitations of what they were going for, but I didn't feel that they're very fearsome in any way. I didn't feel intimidated by them in any way. I definitely didn't feel in awe of them in a lot of the way. One of the biggest things that really work out really well for like Dark Souls and Bloodborne games is that a lot of times as you're fighting the enemy, a lot of times you're in awe of their design. That said, I do think that the scale back tone of some of the enemies in this game is really nice, because my biggest gripe with like Bloodborne style games is that the enemies can be so large that you end up fighting the camera more than you end up fighting the enemy, actually. And Bloodborne, that had a lot of that. But overall, the game is really good. I think this will satisfy for a particular player base. I don't care if it is a copycat game of that of the Soulsborne games. I mean, it's a gameplay system. No one owns a gameplay system. It's just part of how it goes. And honestly, I don't care one way or another. I think the foundations are really good. I don't think that the fidelity mode that I went with, the quality mode, is worth it. You're better off just doing the frame rate mode. If you're playing on the console side, I don't think that this game is nearly beautiful enough or nearly visually impressive enough to really justify using quality mode. You're better off just increasing the frame rate and making sure that the gameplay is really sound and responsive, and that you can react to perfect blocking. But overall, this is a great game. Like, I think so far the demo really showcases its strengths. I think the weapon customization option of like making your own weapon is a really good creative tool to express your own fighting style and do something that you make a weapon that you would really like. I think that's one of the best things I've seen so far with this game. So overall, I think it's a great game. I'm excited to see it. I will probably wait a little bit to buy it. I do hope this game succeeds overall. I hope that we would see a Lies of P2 game, or other games from this development studio. They show a lot of promise, and I think that I think this game is not only, I hope this game's not a hidden gem. I hope it's a good commercial success. I think these guys have put in enough work. There's definitely some animation issues, and I don't know if that's intentional because of the design of the enemies, like them being very robotic. So maybe they are supposed to look a little janky. But there are times where I do notice the animations don't look always so smooth. not so much with Pinocchio, but with the enemies that we face, and sometimes it can really throw off my eyes about what I'm looking at. That could be the quality mode too, maybe because I don't have it on frame rate mode, that might be deceiving my eyes. But it's not the hardest thing. The block window is not the most forgiving, but it's within that realm of reasonability. You can react to it if you get comfortable with it, and you don't need it if you just consist on blocking. You just gotta strike back to get your health back. But I do think this game's good. I'm excited to see more of this game, and hopefully it really satiates the need for a Bloodborne game or a Soul-style game. I do really hope this game succeeds. So, well, that's where we're gonna call it for today, guys. We're gonna wrap up the day. It's been great exploring Final Fantasy 16's demo as well as Lies of P's demo today. Both these games have been a wonderful experience for demos, especially demos. I didn't expect the demos to be both this long. They're both very long. Not the longest thing I've ever seen. I've definitely seen some demos that can get obscenely long, but this one is, both these are really good for what both these demos do a really good job of really selling you, because there were moments where I was like, okay, I've played enough to know what I'm getting involved in, and I would definitely pay money for what I'm purchasing. So I felt like a lot of the times they kind of they gave you much more than what you would typically get, which is not a criticism by any means. It's a good thing. It's just that I was surprised by it. I was surprised by like how much both of these demos, between especially Final Fantasy 16's demo, how much content there was in there, and they really want you to like, they're really selling you on the experience of the game. And this one also was no slouch either. It was very impressive. So yeah, we're gonna call it a day. Those of you that'll be watching this in the future, thank you for watching. Those of you that stayed around early on and you know, peeked in and hanged out for a little bit, thank you all for watching as well. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this content. There will be more to come in the near future. Hopefully I'll get around to buying Final Fantasy 16 as well, but we'll be having new fun journeys to embark on in the near future. So thank you all for watching. Until the next stream, goodbye.